World No. 3 Alexander Zverev sailed into the ATP 500 Vienna quarterfinal. The German defeated the American Marcos Giron 6-2, 7-5 in an hour and 12 minutes, achieving 61 ATP wins for the first time in a single season. Zverev had 60 victories in 2018 and passed that number 6 years later, playing consistent tennis this season and avoiding injuries. Alexander claimed 25 points more than his rival, controlling the scoreboard and moving through with a late break in set number 2. World No. 3 served at 82% and produced a clinic in his games, dropping 4 points and keeping his opponent miles behind any chance on the return. Marcos struggled behind the second serve, facing 3 break points and failing to defend any. Giron fought well in the second set before missing 2 game points at 5-6 in the second set, allowing his rival to seal the deal with a late break. Zverev fired 32 winners and 10 unforced errors, leaving his opponent on a solid 13-9 ratio. World No. 3 fired 25 service winners and had the upper hand from the baseline and at the net, taming his strokes nicely in one of his finest performances of the season. The German had the upper hand in the shortest and more advanced rallies, arranging the clash against the 6th seed, Lorenzo Musetti. Zverev found his strokes early on and sailed through his service games. World No. 3 held at love in the first game with a service winner and forced the rival's mistake 2 games later for a 2-1 lead. Giron remained in touch early on before losing ground in the second part of the set. Alexander cracked a backhand down the line winner in the 6th game, generating 3 break chances and landing another backhand winner for a break at love and a 4-2 advantage. The German cemented the break with a hold at love in Game 7 and painted a forehand winner in the next one, delivering another break and wrapping up the opener 6-2 in 24 minutes. World No. 3 barely lost a point in his games in the second set, keeping the pressure on the other side. Marcos closed the second game after deuces and locked the result at 2-2 after Alexander's forehand error in Game 4. The American drew the German's mistake in the 6th game, staying in touch and already doing better than in the first set. Zverev held at love in Game 7 with a service winner, and Giron mirrored that in the next one for 4-4 and more drama. Alexander clinched the 9th game with a backhand cross-court winner at the net, forcing his rival to serve to stay in the match. Marcos stayed focused and closed the 10th game with a crafty drop shot, causing an error from World No. 3 and extending the duel. Zverev fired a forehand down the line winner in the 11th game and clinched it at 15 with a service winner, keeping the pressure on the other side. Giron had a chance to introduce a tiebreak, earning 2 game points in the 12th game. He wasted the first after a forced error, and Alexander landed a forehand winner on the second. The German attacked and drew the rival's lob error for a match point, converting it after the American's error and sailing into the quarterfinal. Zverev is seeking his second title of the season after lifting a Masters 1000 trophy in Rome in May. Alexander will seek a place in the semi-final against Lorenzo Musetti, trying to avenge the Olympic Games loss. Zverev won their first clash when the young Italian retired 2 years ago in Madrid. They battled again at this year's Paris Olympics, with Musetti prevailing 7-5, 7-5 to enter the medal battle. Lorenzo took 13 points more than Alexander and sealed the deal in over 2 hours with a late break in each set. The younger player performed better behind the first and second serve, fending off 4 of 5 break points. The younger player performed better behind the first and second serve. The defending Olympic Games champion could not follow that pace despite a pressure on the other side, offering his rival 4 Olympic Games champion could not follow that pace despite a decent effort, offering his rival made a reliable start, delivering a break in the first game of the encounter and serving well for a 5-3 advantage. Alexander made one last push on the return in the 10th game, for a 5-3 advantage and extending the set. Alexander made one last push on the return in the 11th game and missed break and extending the set. 5-6. Allowing Musetti to wrap up the opener in the 11th game. They served well in the opening 10 games of the second set, allowing Musetti to wrap up the opener. The Italian took charge opening 10 games of the second set, rattling off 13 of the final 17 points. The Italian took charge from 4-5.